story begins in the final battle of Mission City, where we see Megatron grab the Allspark away from Sam as he throws him away. And he lifts the Allspark up, declaring that he finally won. Now, Optimus is shocked. As he tries to rush in and grab the Allspark away from Megatron, Megatron reacts in the nick of time and decides, instead of killing Optimus, banish him to another dimension. And he does so. A portal is open right in front of Optimus as Optimus tries to tackle Megatron, but accidentally went through the portal. And Prime falls through the portal, and we all know where he's going to. But Megatron, seeing that Prime disappeared, smiles as he looks at the Autobots who come in and arrive. He orders Starscream to basically kill them. And Starscream is having a struggling time, so Megatron decides to use the Allspark to create new Decepticons and starts taking over Earth as he did in one of the games. Yeah, I forgot the name of the game, but yeah. I think the game's name was Transformers 2007, something like that. But now we cut to Optimus traveling through the multiverse and arrives in a certain continuity. As he lands, he gets out of a crater, a bit of a ditch. As he gets out of the debris, he's a bit confused where he is. Prime gets up and looks up basically. Wondering where he is, he climbs out of the ditch and he looks at two bots carrying a red Cybertronian. As he's confused, he asks who are they? And they turn around and Optimus sees the Decepticon symbol on them immediately, realizing that the Decepticons, even though he has never seen them, they have the Decepticon symbol. So Prime takes out his blades and starts fighting them. Using his energon blades to swiftly kill the two Vehicons, he looks at the red Autobot that's on the floor, and the red Autobot looks at him and says, "And who are you?" Prime looks at him for a second, but then looks at his arms and realizes he has Autobot symbols on them, realizing he's part of the Autobot cause, but he's like, "But I've never seen you before." Optimus contemplating, but Starscream, TF Prime Starscream, looks at this in a bit of rage. So he starts shooting. Prime sees the energy blast coming towards them and quickly grabs Cliffjumper and moves away. Yes, it's Cliffjumper. And the shot basically sends both of them flying. Prime quickly just grabs Cliffjumper, puts him on his shoulder, and runs away. Starscream gets mad from this, but decides to leave because he's wondering, who is that? And we cut to basically 2007 Optimus attending to Cliffjumper's wounds. And Cliffjumper's like, who are you? Hearing this, Optimus is like, I think you might be the first Autobot that ever asked that question. Well, my name is Optimus Prime. Cliffjumper looks at him like, I'm sorry, what? And Optimus is like, yeah, I'm Optimus Prime. Now Cliff is looking at him like, you do look like him, but you also don't. Cliffjumper just thinking to himself, when did Optimus get a new look? And when did he get flames on his sides? But the T of Prime Autobots, which is the Transformers Prime Autobots, arrive for the ground bridge, and all of them point their weapons towards 2007 Optimus as they assume he's a Decepticon, and they see Cliffjumper badly damaged, so they assume he's trying to finish him off or torture him or something. Ozzy gets mad and starts shooting at him and rushes in. Prime quickly takes out his energon blade and starts cutting her shots away and grabs her and quickly pins her to the wall, telling her, asking her who she is. And Cliffjumper's like, wait, she's with me, she's my partner. And hearing this, Optimus like, oh, really? But then the other Autobots see this and just rush in and start attacking. Prime manages to dodge one of Bulkhead's strikes and kicks him away. And Bumblebee rushes in and starts shooting blasts, but Prime parries all of them. And we see TF Prime Optimus rushing with one of his blades, but Prime and him basically clash, like how Transformers Prime Optimus does with Transformers Prime Megatron. But Cliffjumper manages to defuse the situation by explaining he's the guy who saved him from the Decepticons. He's part of the cause. And Everyone is a bit like, okay, and everyone stops fighting him, and they bring Cliffjumper back to base. And this is where Optimus, well, 2007 Optimus explains the situation and explains he's from a different reality, a different universe, you may say, and he was banished here by Megatron as he used the power of the Allspark to teleport him here. Hearing this, to the Transformers Prime Optimus is like, what? The Allspark can do that? Thinking to himself how the Allspark has that much power. And the other Autobots are a bit surprised, but RC is not buying it. She's like, really? You're an Optimus from another reality. Optimus, or 2007 Optimus, looks at her and says, yes, I am. And she's like, ha, prove it. And Prime just basically uses his holographic ability to basically show images of his world, showing his RC, and I would also say Bumblebee and the rest. And he does explain what the hell's been going on, and he wants to go back home, but the problem is he highly doubts it's enough. But then Christmas Prime Optimus is like, unless we use our spark, we can't really send you back. Which 2007 Optimus does say that's true, because if his Allspark can send him here, then their Allspark can probably send him back. So yeah. And the other Autobots are a bit conflicted. Two Optimus Primes? Crazy. But yeah, and hmm, it's a bit interesting. Now, RC doesn't really trust this Optimus because it's quite hard to believe there's another reality, but there are crazy things. But RC just, I would say, just leaves because, well, hmm, mostly because of, I would say, 2007 Optimus. She just doesn't trust him. And we would also see Bumblebee leave because he was ordered by Optimus to just help her calm down. They go to Jasper, Nevada, and they go to Jack's workplace, and they get ambushed by two Viocons. And Sierra almost got ran over, but is saved by Bumblebee. And RC and Jack basically go together, yeah, with RC and Jack. Yeah, Bumpy, Sarah, RC, and Jack basically go together. RC and Bumpy fight the two Viocons, and the Viocons are killed by them because the Viocons have been, I'm not gonna lie, have been overwritten for a while. They had too many boosts because in season 2, 3, those guys quickly like lost fights, so I'm just gonna make them as strong as they were in season 2 and 3. Basically fought, and they lose towards RC and Bumblebee. And huh. Now they do basically get the humans. Miko's still part of the crew, so episode 1 kind of plays out the same. The only difference is when episode 2 pulls around and the humans basically meet Baver's Optimus Prime. They're interested to see another version of Optimus, who explains he's from another reality and gives him that story and all that. Now, Megatron does use the Dark Energon to revive a Viacon, and this Viacon starts attacking all that, but Ratchet receives the frequency on his device and locates the location of the energy source, and all the Autobots go besides Cliffjumper and Ratchet. Cliffjumper is not going because he's still injured, and Ratchet is not going because he has to take care of him. But Bavis Optimus accompanies the original team and just shows his overall skill. Because remember, Bavis Optimus was never a librarian. He was a scientist and a warrior. So he's technologically smarter and more skilled than Prime vs. Optimus Prime, I'm not gonna lie. And none of you can debate. He is literally more skilled because he's been fighting since the moment he was born. Prime vs. started fighting when the war started, so there's no debate on who's more skilled. Bayverse is more skilled. Let's just end the debate. He's more skilled. Come on. He was made a warrior. He was made a librarian. there's two differences. You can tell who's more skilled. But yeah, Davis Optimus comes with them and helps them out. And the Veilcon that's infected with Dark Energon rushes in and starts attacking RC. But Davis Optimus saves her and basically kills the Veilcon and looks at her and asks if she's okay. Now, RC seeing this is like, yeah. Now she's a bit more trustworthy towards him. But the other Autobots are basically partner up with human partners. RC's with Jack. Yeah. Oh, and yes, they do escape from the bomb that Starscream threw inside the cave and leave like they did in canon. But Optimus, of course, assigns them into different partners. Cliffjumper with Sierra, Jack with RC, Raphael with Bumblebee, and Mika with Bulkhead. And yeah, and we would have to basically skip to episode 3, which plays out a bit the same and a bit different, you can say. Now, I would say Jazz. Oh, no, well, sorry, not Jazz. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. But I'll see Bumblebee, Bulkhead, and who's this? Um, Cliff Jumper. Yes, thanks. Sorry, my mind is somewhere else. But yeah, I'm back. The four of them would arrive back to base with their human partners, but obviously stay like they did in canon, or kind of in canon. And Optimus will go with Beavis, Optimus, and Ratchet, and all three of them go together. Now, in the conversation, they do talk about Dark Energon and Beavis Optimus, who technically, he does, but at the same time, he does not. But he does get an understanding thanks to Primus Optimus and Primus Ratchet to explain what the hell it is. And after understanding, Beavis Optimus is like, and you're allowing your Megatron to still be alive? Hearing this kind of shocks Primus Optimus, who's like, what do you mean by that? Now, Beavis Optimus is like, he's more of, um, I will kill the moment things go south type of guy. If things go not in plan, we just kill them. Something like that. Now, he would fight the Terracons with Primus and Primus Ratchet as well. Yeah. He will help them fight them. And the thing is, it's easy for him because honestly, compared to the both of them, he's way more skilled. He's a definition of a leader at this point. But yeah, he easily outskills like every single Terracon and kills them quickly. And since his energon blades are like hotter than even his, like they're filled with heat, you can say. So he easily cuts them like butter at this point. It's like a knife that can easily cut through butter with no issues at all, like a hot flaming knife. That's what he's doing to these Terracons, slicing them and dicing them swiftly and quickly. And we cut it out about base where Agent Fowler will still come and discuss, ask what the hell Optimus is, and yada yada yada. And we would have to skip to him being captured and Bulkhead and Bumblebee going off to save him. And with Bulkhead and Bumblebee basically working together to save them, but Miko obviously came in and they have to protect her, and the other humans being captured, and Bulkhead sending a message to RC and Cliffjumper. We skip to episode 4 where we will see Beavis Optimus easily killing the Terracon, saying that this is easy, but he tends to see that Primus Optimus and Primus Ratchet are getting overwhelmed. So quickly rushing in and quickly killing all the Terracons in his way, he saves Ratchet. Instead of it being Primus, it's Beavis Optimus who saves him, and he uses his firepower to overwhelm them as well, and helps out Primus Optimus. And Beavis Optimus looks at them in disappointment, thinking how the hell is this dude even him at this point? Because like imagine being disappointed to yourself from another universe because this dude is not as skilled as you. Crazy. But yeah, they do confront Primus Megatron, but he leaves like he did in canon. And Bulkhead, Cliffjumper, RC, and Bumblebee work together to basically save Agent Follower and the humans such as Sierra, Jack, and Raphael, who were captured by the Decepticons, those two Vehicons, and they quickly leave and go back to base. And episode 4 will play it a bit the same, but still different. Now we will skip to episode 5, where mostly plays out the same, but when the Autobots go straight to the space bridge, things do change. Where we would basically see the Autobots fighting a bunch of flyers as Megatron sent them to basically hold off the Autobots. And Soundwave is on Earth using the satellites on that satellite place or whatever because Rocket still destroyed the that satellite that was on the Decepticon ship. So the Autobots and the humans basically are doing their own missions. The humans still try to stop Soundwave but fail like they did in Canon. And Optimus and his Autobots along with Beavis Optimus work together to kill all the VO flyers, but sadly the Dark Energon is still the Dark Energon is still sent out of the still thrown into the space bridge and goes straight to Cybertron, and a bunch of Terracons are basically made. And hmm, ah well, and oh sorry, I guess my brain is not okay. I would say I'm a bit cooked, you can say. Yeah, I'm not that I'm not that so good, but yeah. And hmm, basically put the Autobots still made that plan to destroy the space bridge, and Megatron comes in and fights Prime vs. Optimus like he did in Canon. And the fight plays out the same, it plays out the same, but it does change when we see Prime vs. Optimus coming in to help out. No, not Prime vs. Dang it. Ah, sorry. I mean, Beavis Optimus coming in to help out Primus Optimus. As Megatron is about to like slice, like you know when he made Optimus go on his knees and was about to kill him, Primus Optimus comes in, stopping the blade with his own and basically pushing it away and punching Primus Megatron away. He looks at Primus Optimus and just shakes his head in disappointment and walks away. As he looks straight at Megatron and says, "In my timeline, I let you win." Hearing this confuses Megatron, who's like, "In your timeline? And who are you?" "I am him." "You're Optimus?" "From another timeline, or from another universe, you can say." "Ah, so you traveled here to get reinforcements?" "No, you managed to beat me by teleporting me towards this dimension." "Oh, I did? Huh, that's interesting. And because of my own weakness, by always holding back, always wishing you would change, multiple lives are lost in my timeline. So, I'm no longer holding back." As he takes out his second energon blade and says, "I'm going to kill every version of you in all timelines." Hearing this kind of shocks Megatron. He's like, "Wait, what?" As Beavis Optimus rushes in, no longer holding back, no longer trying to be the good guy. Well, he's not being the bad guy, but he's not being the nice guy. He's just being the guy who gets the job done. Quickly, and I mean quickly, overwhelms Megatron. As him being a warrior for years, Megatron is a gladiator, not a true warrior like Beavis Optimus, who was a knight, who was a warrior, and was Sentinel's Prime's greatest even, one of the greatest scientists even, making him not just dangerous, but very dangerous as he quickly overwhelms Megatron. And Primus Megatron, not Primus Megatron, Primus Optimus is a bit shocked. The skill he's demonstrating is impressive, and he's just vicious. Davis Optimus is just pissed at himself because now Megatron won, basically. He knows. If he's banished and his Autobots are still there, that means one thing. He probably killed everyone, including Sam and the rest. Why? Because he was not going all out, and he knows this. So he's just going all out against this Megatron, relieving all his frustrations and all his vengeance all the anger he's been posting up for thousands to tens and millions of years. He's just he's just he just stopped holding back, and he's quickly overwhelming Prime Best Megatron. Who's wondering how did Optimus get this strong, or how is this Optimus this strong? Well he always has been. Some Megatrons have to realize Prime is always holding back. I mean, how else are you gonna allow the main character to look like a good guy? And Davis Optimus just completely overwhelms him. But then Prime vs. Optimus is like, we need to get out of here. The space bridge is gonna just be destroyed. Hearing this, Prime vs. Davis Optimus is like, fine. As he quickly just kicks Megatron away and transforms and leaves. And Megatron is badly damaged. Like the cuts on him they're not even lethal. They're just made to make him suffer. It was just torture at that point. Imagine being cut all over your body and leaking blood or energon, and the person still cuts you non-stop. And it's like small cuts to make sure it's painful a little bit, and then he cuts deeper and deeper every single time. That's basically what he does. So Primus Megatron is ground bridge towards the Nemesis by Soundwave, and the space bridge is destroyed, and the Autobots go back to base, and the Terracons are all killed, and that'll be the end of episode 5. And yeah, I would have to end this part right now. Sorry guys, let's just say I'm not fine mentally, but see you guys later. Peace.